Hello, my name is Haley Williams, and I am the Program Director for PT Rio, Texas. We're so excited for you to join us as a reading tester this year. Your role is crucial in assessing the reading levels of our participants at the beginning and the end of the summer. These pre- and post-reading assessments, along with the surveys, help us measure children's social-emotional learning and reading abilities. We use the Reading A to Z assessment, which includes 2 sets of pre-tests and 2 sets of post-tests, to ensure each child is tested accurately. The assessments are paper-based and stored in binders. Wet erase markers are used to avoid excess printing. You may conduct multiple tests at various levels as needed to determine the appropriate reading level for each child. Your role is essential in setting a baseline for Project Transformation's data-driven approach. These assessments help us understand each child's reading level, track their growth, and boost their reading confidence throughout the summer. By the end of the program, the data is collected and allows us to measure progress and program impact. Relationships are at the core of everything PT does. Children perform better when they feel welcomed and comfortable. Take a moment to introduce yourself and engage in friendly conversation before beginning the assessment. Ask them about their interests, favorite books, or other languages they speak to help ease any nerves. Your site coordinator and reading volunteer coordinator will also be your main points of contact. Upon arrival, check in with the site coordinator. The reading volunteer coordinator will provide all necessary materials, including the assessment binders, wet erase markers, water spray bottles, paper towels, assessment correlation charts, reading assessment trackers, reading logs, and participant surveys with writing utensils. Before beginning, you will assign reading levels by asking the child their upcoming grade level and using the correlation chart to estimate their target reading level. If you are still unsure, start 2 levels below the goal level. Then adjust up or down as needed based on assessment results. This is the correlation chart you will refer to when determining the reading level. When you arrive, you will receive binders containing tester and student assessment materials, pre or post testing depending on the session, Project Transformation surveys, and dry erase materials. Like I said, we use the Reading A to Z system. Each reading level corresponds to a color-coded system based on the Reading A to Z scale. The assessment correlation chart will help you match their scores to appropriate reading materials in Project Transformation's library. Once the assessment has begun, scoring errors will include substituting another word, omitting a word, inserting a word, being told a word, or mispronunciations not related to dialect. However, non-errors will include self-corrections, repetitions, proper nouns, even if mispronounced, and consistent repeated errors only counted once. This is the comprehension quiz that the child will have in front of them. The child will read a passage aloud, and errors are marked and counted to determine an accuracy rate. After reading, a multiple choice quiz tests comprehension. The child's answers should be recorded on the assessor's version of the quiz. This is the assessor's version of the passage. It includes everything that the child has. You will utilize this to keep track of the errors and self-corrections. When scoring, follow these steps. Mark correct words. Put a small dot over each word the child reads correctly. Mark incorrect words. Circle any word that the child reads incorrectly. Mark insertions. If the child adds a word, draw a small caret where they made the insertion. This keeps track of any changes. Fourth, mark self-corrections. If the child corrects a mistake on their own, place a check mark next to the word. This way, it won't count as an error. A child's instructional level is determined by both accuracy and comprehension scores. Here's how to decide if they should move up, stay, or move down a level. If accuracy is 90% or higher and comprehension is 80% or higher, they can stay at the same level. If comprehension is 100%, you may want to test them at a higher level. If comprehension is below 80%, the child needs to be tested at a lower level. If accuracy is below 90%, the child also needs to be tested at a lower level. Important notes to remember: continue testing the child until they reach their instructional level. However, no more than 3 tests for one child in the same day. If a child becomes frustrated or needs multiple attempts, take a break. If you're unsure, consult the reading volunteer coordinator for guidance. Let's go over 2 important parts of the reading assessment: accuracy rate and quiz score. The accuracy rate tells us how well a child reads without mistakes. We calculate it as a percentage using this simple formula. Take the total number of words read, subtract the number of errors, divide by the total number of words read, and then multiply by 100 to get a percentage. Here's an example. A child reads 99 words but makes 8 errors. So subtract 99 by 8 and you'll get 91. Divide 91 by 99 and you'll get 0.919. Multiply that number by 100 and you'll get 91.9%. Rounded to the nearest whole number, the accuracy rate is 92%. The quiz score measures how many questions a child answers correctly. We also calculate it as a percentage using this formula. Take the number of correct answers, divide by the total number of questions, and multiply by 100 to get a percentage. So, for example, a child answers 4 out of 5 questions correctly. Divide 4 by 5 and you'll get 0.8. Multiply by 100 and you'll get 80%. This means the child's quiz score is 80%. Each assessment should be logged on the Reading Assessment Tracker. Here, you will record the volunteer name, site name, and date. Log each child's name, grade, test type, level, errors, accuracy rate, and quiz score. Your final task is to help the child complete their pre- or post-survey. This survey has 14 questions, and for each one, the child will choose from 4 possible answers. I agree a lot, score of 1. I agree a little, score of 2. I disagree a little, score of 3. Or I disagree a lot, score of 4. The child will mark their choice for each questions, and then to calculate, simply add up all the numbers, 1, 2, 3, or 4, from each response. Before the child begins, make sure the top of the survey is filled out with the child's first and last name, site church, date of birth, grade, and gender. Both the pre-survey and post-survey are completed and scored the same way. This is a completed survey example. Project Transformation is a restorative environment where children are encouraged to be themselves. Please support this positive atmosphere and ask for help whenever needed. Your assistance helps create a meaningful and effective program for our participants. Thank you so much for your time and commitment to helping children grow in their reading journey.